Hey everyone. Now, before I get to the main part of this video, or the reason for this video, I'd like to give a couple of shout outs. First of all, to one of my surrogate little brothers, Rob Turner, aka 41835. Apart from the fact I enjoyed our catch up last night, I'd like to thank him for giving me a few ideas for future videos, both reviews and a few ideas for what I can talk about in my TFNation videos. And I'd also like to give a big shout out to Matthew Adams, aka Thew of Thew's Awesome Transformers Reviews, for his outstanding recent video about TFNation. I'd like to think that he's covered a good percentage, if not everything basically we're going to need to know for what's going to happen for anyone who's never been to a convention, regardless of fandom or theme, what to expect, if you're nervous, what to do. He's covered everything. He's done brilliant. I mean, he's had... I watched it when it actually aired on that day, but 3 days ago, and he's had like 400 or 500 hits or views. But I'd watched it. It's now 3 days later, and he's had, well, as I'm looking at it now, 4,576 views. Now I'm hoping, I mean, most of it, some of those views at least are going to be people me and Thew both know from TFYTC, YouTube, or Facebook in general. I'm also hoping that at least half, if not more, at least half of those people who've actually watched the video, that's not the same person watching sort of 2 or 3 times each, are, I'm hoping they're going to go to TFNation. Whether they've been to Assembly before, or been to Roll Call, or another themed convention. As Thew was saying, if you're not sure, you're a bit nervous or a bit anxious about anything, post on Facebook, do a video, get in touch with somebody if you're part of the Transformers YouTube community on Facebook, ask a question on there. Just go on Facebook and look up TFNation. There's a couple of threads. There's 2 pages. One is the actual event. If you've got any questions about on there, there's another website. Another link. I'll put both links below wherever they are nowadays. I'll post some links if you've got any questions, and I'll post a link to Thew's video if you haven't already seen it. That's brilliant. Getting back to this video now. My friend / surrogate brother Rob was saying about, we talking about past AAs we've both been to and other conventions, and this is the idea he gave to me. And he was saying, what does going to TFNation, previous convention I've been to, what does actually going to TFNation mean to me? Now, where I live, I'm in East Anglia, I'm right on the edge of the country. The nearest person on my friends list anyway, who will be at the convention because he works for, I think he actually works for, owns a company, is Andy Rose and a couple of his mates from Kapow Toys. Now they're based in a county above mine, so they're a good hour and a half, 2 hours ish, give or take, away from him. He's my nearest friend on Facebook and in real life. I've seen him a couple of times this year, and I've been in the area, or I've gone up to see him and sell him a few bits and buy stuff along there and have a look around the stock room and take photos, as I put on the TFYTC page. So I mean, even though he's not that close, I haven't seen him until this year. I haven't seen him since last August, and even then I didn't get much of a chance because he's busy on the store for Kapow and what have you. Otherwise, I don't see anybody. I don't have a chance. And yet, enough some choices here. But anyone, if you're watching this, if you're going to TFNation and you've been to other conventions, you'll know, unless you're lucky, and you might have 1 or 2 of your friends from over any of the conventions or from YouTube or whatever, you're also on Facebook. If you're lucky enough and they live half hour away, or they might sort of live in the same street or not far from you, you'll get to see them on a semi-regular basis, depending on your work schedules and personal lives and whatever. But otherwise, any other chance you'll get to see them, unless you was able to go to the London meet last month, I think it was. It's the Northern meet happened during the last week or so. I think there's at least one more this year, possibly, but if for some reason you can't go to drive, you didn't have a chance to go drive with those or what have you, and you want to spend either more time with your friends, or if you've never been to a convention before and you've got friends on Facebook and you know where they're going, or you just people you follow on YouTube, or I don't know why you're watching it in the first place, but anybody you watch on YouTube and you think, oh, they seem really nice when they're on there recording videos, or once their videos uploaded, I'd like to meet them in person. I'd like to tell them. I mean, it's nice if any of us, we all appreciate anyone who subscribed to us. We like a good percentage of them do the same back to you. And it's nice if you leave comments or positive comments below any of our videos or likes, what have you. But if you ever thought, oh, I like watching this particular YouTuber, I'd like to meet in person, shake a hand and say, really enjoy watching this stuff, or I like this video because, or I watched this review of this character, or this particular toy, or this version of a toy, and it made me want to go out and buy it myself or order from anywhere online. So that will give you a chance to do that. If you're a fan of either of the voice actor guests that are going this year, Paul Iden and Richard Newman, aka G1 Perceptor, and Rhinox and Beast Wars, and Tankor from Beast Machines, and he was Spectre Prime in Transformers Cybertron, and you want a chance to meet them, or any other film, or TV show, or animated series, or game, especially for Paul Iden, and you want them to do the same, what I say hello, you want to shake your hand, you want to say how much you enjoyed them in this particular role, or normally if it's going to be anything like last year's convention, it's a new one, but if it's anything like last year's convention, there'll probably be a Q&A panel with each guest, probably one on a Saturday, one on a Sunday, depending on how we're going to do it this year, if they do it this year. So they'll have a general chat, and anyone who's attending the convention ask questions to that particular guest, and they pick you and say, oh, I mean, last year, when Peter Spellos was on, he was the last voice actor guest of a Q&A panel last year, and a lot of people are asking him about why he got into acting, or talking about his favourite TV show and stuff like that. And no matter how silly you think your question might be, or you think, oh, he's had this question a million times, just try and answer it as if it's the first time I've ever asked this question, because that's the first time you've asked it. You're taking the time and the money to travel however far from where you live to Birmingham to the Hilton near the NEC. You've spent your money to buy a ticket. If you're lucky enough, you've also got a room at the Hilton, but you're not far, so you haven't got far to travel to and from it. You've made the effort to go there and spend time with your friends, meet the guest, any of the guests you want to meet. You've taken the time, you sort of booked them off work, so you're using up valuable holiday time. You've made an effort, so that's the least they're doing. They don't care, you can ask anything you like within reason. I don't think you can ask personal questions, but related to their careers and stuff like that. So, which brings you back to my main point. It gives you a chance. If you don't see your friends, or your friends live 50, 100, however many miles away from you, you don't see them very often. I don't know how long some of you are going for. Some make a holiday out of it, or a mini holiday. Some goes on Wednesday to Monday, or Thursday to Monday. I'm personally only there from Friday lunchtime till late Sunday, depending on what's going on. So once I'm there, for me personally, I get checked in, I go up to my room, I drop my stuff off. If I've got anything, if anyone I've been talking to, my friends, if they're buying stuff off me, I bag and I sort of label, I know who's having what, might have everyone already paid. I come down, find out, I don't know, I mean last year, because it was in a different room last year for the main event, they had a table with all the volunteers and anyone help run up. We'll hand out passes and all the information packs. I don't know what's going to be this year, but we'll find out. But where it is, if it's not, if it's in the lobby, there'll be a little welcome desk, usually in the lobby opposite where you check in. Wherever it is, they'll tell you. Get all your stuff, get your pass, put it on, and that's it. Just relax, chill out, and just think, right, next 2.5, 3 days, 4 days, how long you're staying, you've been there. It's all about you. Get to hang out with your friends, sort of sit down and chat, have a drink, have a bloody good catch up. Just generally enjoy yourselves. You can see all your mates. You probably, I mean, even like us, we've done previous conventions, especially also Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday, well, late Saturday morning, early Sunday morning. So I was trying to say, if you're a night owl, you're probably up till 2, 3 o'clock, if not later. Talk about everything in here. So as Tony, Sam with SG Wellness, and in some of his videos, he said in previous videos, yes, we're going there for one thing because we all love Transformers, whether it's just the toys, the comics, the animated series, the movies, any other collectibles, or whatever reason you're going at, we're all there, we've got at least one thing in common. But a lot of us, we're Star Wars fans, Star Trek fans, Doctor Who fans, Marvel, DC, sci-fi in general. We're like natural history or science in general. There's so many different things. You might even sit down. You'll see something you'll recognise, say from YouTube you never met before, and there's who might have hinted in the previous video. It likes, I don't know, let's say He-Man. If you're a He-Man fan, you don't know many He-Man fans. You'll go up to them and you'll be talking to them. Everyone I personally know from YouTube, I know a good few of them for now. By now, over the last 4 or 5 years, I've been on here and watching their videos. We're all down to earth. We're all approachable. We're none of us stuck up. You'll just come up to us and say hello. Say your real name first, unless you're wearing your pass. But then we sort of look and think, oh, and just say, oh, such and such on YouTube, or this is my channel name. And you'll probably think, oh, I've subscribed, and you're not really, because sometimes you end up subscribing to so many channels, you think, oh, I've done that one, I've done that one. It's hard to keep track, because it's going to be a good couple $100 there, minimum, sort of attendees, not including a guest and the volunteer, or probably volunteers anyway, or the people actually helping to run and organise the whole thing. So, what else is going to give us? I think the main, apart from all that, the other thing I think that gives us a chance to, if you're going to talk to the voice actors here, you can sort of chat with them briefly at the table, because there's going to be people queuing up and getting other stuff signed. But the thing that sticks out from me in my mind last year, so after the script reading, couple of we've got, that's the main thing, you go back to the bar and everyone's in the bar playing with the toys or looking at the comics they've got or artwork they've got signed and what have you. And talking to a couple of my friends, and sat with Matthew Grant of Toy Therapy and Peter Spellos. Lucky enough, I'm lucky enough to, and some of them were lucky enough to class as a personal friend. And we're all sat there, and James Horan and Simile Montano come in, and they sort of briefly speak, and Simile went off, and James came up, so Jim Arvo, join us. Hey, Phil, let's go ahead, mate. Go ahead, we don't mind. We sort of sat here, and we all sort of having a chat, and I don't know how we somehow got onto the subject of cars and sort of pictures of kids and stuff like that. So it's Peter, Matt, myself, and James Rand sitting next to me, and he's got his phone out of me, and he looks over and he says, "Oh, we sort of go to car shows and car meets and stuff like garage and stuff like that." And he's sort of leaning over and he's showing me his picture of himself, and I think his youngest son, his oldest son. But so I sat and I think, hang on, I'm sitting next to James Horan, He's guest starred in Star Trek Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, a load of other stuff. He was Wheeljack in Transformers Prime and Beast Hunters. And I'm sitting next to this guy. I mean, same as last year, three or four times at least during the daytime when I was walking to and from either my room or the main hall or back to the bar or what have you. A good 2 or 3 times I'd passed similarly Montano in the corridors, and either times you either smiled or said hello or how are you, and I just replied, and I thought, that's how nice. You think, oh, these voice actors or we're being into TV shows and movies and games and stuff, we're going to be stuck up. They're not. You know, I didn't go to AutoSME in 2012. Paul Island was there again, and I was briefly spoken to him on Facebook. He's down to earth. He's approachable. He's a really genuinely nice guy. I'm more than confident that Richie Newman, who played Rhinox, could be the same. So I can understand any of you watching this if you're a little hesitant about going up to the voice actors. I'll understand if the amount of conventions these gentlemen have probably both done over the years, how many have been to and how many years have been doing conventions. They know there's going to be people who are a bit shy or not very confident or a bit anxious. I mean, my first audience was in 2013. My first guest I ever went up to was Dan Gilverson, aka G1 Bumblebee. I was a little nervous. I got his book, which he actually published at the end. I already got another copy to keep the room, to get this one to sign. And I was fine, I just went up and said, hello, how are you? I asked you. Signed my book, sat down, told him I was going to take a photo. Fine. After that, went up to, who was the other guest that year? Neil Kaplan, aka Optimus Prime from the 2001 version of Robots in Disguise. Another nice guy. And then finally up to Steve Bloom, aka Starscream, Transformers Prime, Beast Hunters, but if you're a Marvel fan like yourself, best known as doing a voice for Wolverine for the past 10 years, if not longer. Got him to sign a Wolverine versus Hulk DVD cover, and as we'll go photo taking, and he looked on his table and he got letters of black and silver Sharpie pens, and I thought maybe just moving ready for when he's signing the next DVD cover or what have you, or book. And what he'd done, he'd picked up 6 silver Sharpies, put them between each like that, and he did, was it just one hand or 2? I think he just did that when he did sort of snarl on his face, and he done his Wolverine impression. Oh, that's brilliant. Oh, that's fantastic. So, but yeah, I know you probably think, oh, hey, that's going to be awesome. That's not happened yet. But if it's anything like any other convention I've been to, I mean, not a good percentage of my friends are going, which I've known now since like 2013 at the earliest, if not a few years more. I know the people who are running it. I'm confident the guests are going to be nice because St. Paul's been it before, so it's going to be 2 and a bit days from me, 3, 4, however many long for other people going. You can be yourself, no one's going to judge you, they're not going to make fun of your fandom or hobby or interest, anything like that. We're all there for one reason, that's plastic, giant metal robots, plastic robots who have reached out to us, who've been to cartoon, TV or animated series we've grown up with, or we've only recently learned about, or characters in comics we've read about back in the 80s and 90s and current day with IDW. So I'm gonna leave it here for now, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I'll have another one hopefully done, so I'm actually on holiday from this Sunday for a couple of weeks, so I'll have another one done soon. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you all soon.